Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, I'm documenting the renovation of our 1975 Alberg 30 sailboat. She looked like this when we got her. We've renamed her Aqua Marie, a play on my wife's middle name and her favorite color, the color of tropical water. I got a project boat because I wanted to have every system updated and I wanted to know how to do all the work myself. We're trying to go small and go simple. Last season I fixed soft spots on the deck by replacing the rotten balsa wood core. This year I painted the deck and cabin, and now I've moved on to cleaning up the bilge. The goal is to splash here in nearby Lake Ontario to hone our sailing skills until we can cast the lines and start exploring. Welcome back. This is where I'm at now. I have the bilge opened up all the way, almost all the way, to down there. Can't get any farther because this guy's in the way. But this guy is definitely coming out because got some excitement this week. This guy arrived. Let's take a peek. Oh, isn't she a thing of beauty? This is a 9.8 horsepower Tohatsu extra long shaft, 25-inch shaft. It's the Sail Pro version, made for sailboat, as a sailboat kicker. They call this a high thrust four blade prop. So there we go. I know a guy, it's halfway around the world, that's using a 6 horsepower. This is a 9.8, so this should do me just fine. Shout out to Jason and Laura. And for those of you wondering why I have an outboard and not using the diesel that's in there, that diesel Volvo is 35 years old. It still works. There's an issue with the transmission. I don't know exactly how bad it is, but I don't feel like fixing it. So I got interested in this rear lazarette conversion. So that engine is going to go in here. There's going to be a hole cut in the back here. This is going to be waterproofed. I got plans from James over at Adam Voyages, and if you're interested in the whole process, there's a Good Old Boat magazine article from December 2018 that James wrote, and gives all the details. I've since talked to James and gotten actual full-size plans, because there's all kinds of pieces that are cut inside here. So thanks to James over at Adam Voyages. He's got a YouTube channel that shows several of these conversions. So that's what that is all about. So that'll be the next project after I finish the bilge. Meanwhile, my next step in here, start washing. I got a bucket of soapy dish detergent type water. It'll be the first pass. I got some industrial purple degreaser, supposedly good for fiberglass. And I got some bilge cleaner. Be the last step, I think, and then a good rinse again. I bought all kinds of scrub brushes, a pole to put on the end and reach as far as I can. So here we go. I'm gonna get, like I said, as far as I can up here. And I guess there's one step I may start doing also. I may start disassembling this engine and pulling it out. And I got a gas tank up there, a diesel tank that's full of diesel. I gotta empty that and then get that out as well. So that stuff will be showing up on eBay soon, or Craigslist or something, so if anybody's interested in this Volvo. I have no idea what I'm going to ask for it. The Volvo is running, or was when it came out, of course. It was winterized before we pulled it, so that shouldn't be an issue. But there is a transmission issue, and I don't know what that is. So it just wasn't shifting quite right. So I don't know if it's something as simple as some kind of linkage, or if there's a major problem. So I'll be putting that on Craigslist or something. So if you want to make me an offer, that's fine too. So after cleaning the bilge as best I can, as far as I can reach, I think I may have found one way that water has been getting into the encapsulated keel. There was at one point when I still had this boat at the marina before I brought it home that the battery had gone dead and the bilge pump wasn't working and the bilge filled up with water. And I notice down in here, right on top of the encapsulated keel, there's this layer of fiberglass that was put down, and it is loose right along the edge, just like that, all the way down. So I think when the water came up, it got into the encapsulated keel that way. So I'm gonna, cut away as much as I can of the loose stuff, smear some thickened epoxy into what I can't get at, and then put some new fiberglass tying these together. Unfortunately, I still need to clean this even more, so I'm gonna have to. I have a setup with a hose, and I put the bilge pump back in. I gotta get the battery up here, and I'm just gonna scrub and hose and scrub and hose and let the bilge pump send it out. We'll see how that works, but that seems to be the project for the next however long. Okay, here's my attempt at this is the original, what it looks like. This guy's blown away. So I smushed a bunch of thickened epoxy down, and I got a couple of layers of fiberglass down about there. So obviously I'm going to try to get this section done, and I can close it up and concentrate on the lower parts. So I did a little more glassing. I had done this side first, covering the corner and covering up the lip. Did the same thing on the other side. I got 2 layers of, I think it's 10-ounce cloth. It's really not structural, it's just to put a barrier, really. And then I put a single layer all the way down. So that goes all the way to the first separate. So I just took some soapy water, washed it off, sprayed it down. I'm gonna sand it, because I got a lot of the fiberglass sticking on the edges. Sand it down, wipe it down with acetone, and then go all the way up to the very front. Paint this far with, I believe it is Epiphane's bilge coat, something like that. The can actually broke, so I had to dump it into a couple other containers. So I know what it is. I gotta look it up. But anyway, all right. First coat of the bilge coat on, before and after. So I'll get a second coat on that, and then I can close all that up and figure out what I'm going to start next. If I'm going to pull this, or start on the lazarette thing, or do something completely different. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, there's that blue circle up in the upper left here, or upper right, your upper right. See you next time. Thanks.